Okay, let's unpack this. What if a really common everyday vegetable actually held some surprising wellness secrets?
Hmm.
Not just for cooking, but maybe like beauty routines too.
Right.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into okra. Sometimes called lady's fingers, this green pod.
Yeah,
Turns out it's way more than just a texture thing in food.
that's exactly right. Our goal today is really to explore how this unsung superfood acts as a natural remedy for quite a range of things, actually.
Like what kind of things?
Things like digestion, balancing blood sugar, even, believe it or not, helping your skin and hair. Sort of a holistic powerhouse hiding in plain sight.
Okay, wow. So if it's such a powerhouse, where do we even begin? What are the top ways okra helps us out?
Well, let's kick things off with probably the best known benefit, digestive health.
Okay.
Okra is incredibly rich in soluble fiber. And that's not just about, keeping things moving regularly. This fiber also feeds the good bacteria in your gut. It's a prebiotic, super important for overall health. But here's where it gets really interesting. The mucilage.
Ah, the slimy stuff.
Exactly, that sticky kind of gelatinous substance people notice when it's cooked. That's not just texture.
Uh-huh.
It's a unique polysaccharide. It creates this soothing, protective layer inside your digestive tract.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it can be really effective for easing irritation. Some research suggests it might even help with things like constipation, maybe even IBS symptoms,
Hmm.
by providing this gentle bulk.
So that unique texture, the one some people maybe don't love, is actually a key part of its benefit. That's fascinating.
Precisely.
And does this gut healing power connect to other systems, like blood sugar maybe?
Absolutely. Yep. The same high fiber content plus okra's antioxidants, they work together.
How so?
They basically slow down how quickly sugars are absorbed in your intestines,
Mm.
which means your blood sugar levels stay steadier.
Mm.
You avoid those sharp spikes and crashes. That's especially helpful for anyone managing diabetes or, at risk.
Right.
It's not a magic bullet, of course, but it's a really significant natural aid for metabolic regulation.
That makes a lot of sense. So it helps regulate what we absorb. What about protecting our bodies from just daily stress, environmental stuff?
Yeah, that leads us right to its antioxidant profile. It's pretty robust.
Yeah.
Okra is packed with specific flavonoids, polyphenols, and a good amount of vitamin C. And these aren't just, generic antioxidants.
Hmm.
They actively hunt down free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage cells.
Hmm.
That damage causes oxidative stress.
Right, I've heard of that.
So by neutralizing those, okra helps cut down on inflammation.
Yeah.
Chronic inflammation is linked to faster aging and lots of chronic diseases. So essentially, okra helps arm your cells.
Wow, active protection. Okay, so that naturally makes me think about heart health. Is there a link there too?
Oh, a direct link,
Hmm.
actually. That's soluble fiber, especially the mucilage we talked about.
Yeah.
It plays a couple of roles. It can bind to bile acids in the gut, which helps your body get rid of excess cholesterol.
Ah.
Combine that with the polyphenols, and you see a reduction in LDL around the moment, the bad cholesterol. Plus, some compounds in okra seem to support healthy blood pressure levels, too. It all works together for better cardiovascular health.
And what about immunity? You mentioned vitamin C.
Exactly, the high vitamin C, plus all those other antioxidants we just discussed.
Hmm.
It builds a pretty strong defense system.
Okay.
It strengthens your immune response,
Hmm.
basically helps your body fight off infections more effectively. It's good foundational support for staying well day to day.
You've laid out a really compelling case for okra's internal benefits, but I remember you mentioning something kind of unexpected earlier about skin and hair.
I did.
That's not where my mind usually goes with a green vegetable.
Huh. It is one of its most surprising uses, but it's quite effective.
Yeah.
That same mucilage, that sticky goodness. Turns out it's also an amazing humectant and emollient. So if you apply it externally, it moisturizes and nourishes skin and hair. Like a natural conditioner.
No way.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Plus, the vitamins A and C in okra contribute to skin cell health and turnover, promoting clearer skin, and they help keep your scalp healthy too.
That's pretty remarkable. How versatile one little pod can be, inside and out.
It really is. And, this brings us to a really practical point.
Yeah,
How do we actually use this stuff? Not just on our plates, but maybe beyond that too.
that's exactly what I was thinking. We've heard all these amazing benefits, but how do we make it part of our routine? Let's start with eating it. What are some tasty ways?
Okay, let's head to the kitchen, virtually. One of the absolute simplest and really flavorful ways is sautéed garlic okra.
Sounds good already.
Super easy. You need about 2 cups of fresh okra. Just slice it into, say, half-inch rounds. Mince a couple of garlic cloves. Get some good olive oil, maybe a tablespoon. Salt, pepper, and definitely a squeeze of fresh lemon juice at the end. Just heat the oil in a skillet, toss in the garlic for maybe 30 seconds till it smells good.
Yeah.
Don't let it burn, though.
Right.
Then add your sliced okra. Cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Stir it now and then. You want it tender, but still a little crisp.
Tender crust about it.
Then finish it off with salt, pepper, and that squeeze of lemon. It's so quick and makes a fantastic side dish.
That sounds wonderfully easy, and I bet the lemon brightens it up nicely.
Yeah.
What if we want something a bit more substantial, like part of a main meal?
Yeah. For something heartier, an okra and tomato stew is really comforting and delicious.
Ooh, okay. What goes in that?
You'll want, again, about 2 cups of sliced okra, 2 large tomatoes chopped up, 1 small onion, diced, tablespoon of olive oil, and for spices, maybe a teaspoon of smoked paprika that gives it a nice depth sea salt, and maybe some thyme.
This combo.
So you start by sautéing the onion in the olive oil until it's soft, translucent. Then add the chopped tomatoes and your spices. Let that cook for about 5 minutes just to let the flavors kind of meld together. Then stir in the okra. Add just enough water to get the consistency you like for a stew. Then just let it simmer gently, maybe 15-20 minutes.
Perfect.
It's really satisfying. Great served over some brown rice or maybe quinoa.
Those recipes definitely make it seem easy to get more okra into your diet, but
Yeah.
you teased us earlier with uses beyond the plate.
Yes.
What can we do with okra besides just eating it? This is where it gets really interesting for me.
This is where okra really shows its versatility as a wellness tool. So one popular remedy, especially for blood sugar support, is something called okra water.
Okra water. How does that work?
It's incredibly simple. You just slice 2 fresh okra pods, just 2. Put them in a glass of water, let them soak overnight, like on your counter or in the fridge.
Okay.
In the morning, you take the pods out, discard them, and just drink the water. That water is now full of that beneficial mucilage.
Huh.
People believe doing this first thing in the morning helps gently regulate blood sugar and supports digestion naturally. It's a really minimalist but potentially powerful daily ritual.
Wow, just soaking it releases the good stuff. That is simple. Okay, and what about those external uses? For hair, you said.
Yes, you can make a fantastic DIY okra hair conditioner.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They'll need maybe 5 or 6 okra pods. Boil them in about a cup of water until they get really soft and the water becomes quite viscous, slimy.
That mucilage.
Exactly. Strain that liquid off. That's your conditioner base. Let it cool down completely. Now, you can boost it if you want. Add maybe a teaspoon of aloe vera gel or a few drops of essential oil like lavender, just for scent.
Nice touch.
Then just apply that cooled liquid to clean, damp hair. Leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, then rinse it out thoroughly.
And what does it do?
It really helps soften the hair, it tames frizz like you wouldn't believe, and adds this lovely natural shine. No heavy silicones or anything. It's pretty amazing how that slimy texture transforms into a luxurious hair treatment.
That's incredible. From pod to detangler. Okay, what about skin? You mentioned a face mask.
Yep, a simple skin-soothing okra face mask. Really easy. Take about 2 okra pods that you've cooked until soft and mash them up well.
Okay.
Mix the mashed okra with 1 teaspoon of honey, crate humectant, and 1 teaspoon of plain yogurt. The yogurt adds some gentle lactic acid and probiotics.
Great combo.
Blend it all into a smooth paste. Apply to a clean face. Relax for 15 or 20 minutes. Then just rinse it off with warm water.
And the benefits.
It helps hydrate the skin really deeply. It can reduce redness and inflammation, and just generally promotes a healthy kind of subtle glow.
It really is remarkable how much potential is packed into everyday things we might overlook. I'm honestly surprised and kind of delighted by just how versatile okra is. From food to internal remedy to, topical treatments.
It really is something, isn't it? When you look beyond just, how it tastes in gummo, it's clear okra is way more than comfort food. It's a holistic healer.
Yeah.
Whether you're eating it, sipping the water, or using it for your hair or skin, this humble green pod really does have the potential to boost your well-being from the inside out.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Our Green Time Wellness tip often talks about growing your own remedies. And get this, okra is actually super easy to grow.
Oh yeah, it loves sun.
Loves sun, it's pretty drought resistant, and the plants are actually quite beautiful with nice flowers. Could be a great addition to a garden.
Definitely.
And this whole deep dive into okra really gets me thinking, what other unsung superfoods are out there? Maybe hiding in plain sight at the market, or even, like you said, potentially in your own backyard, waiting for us to discover all their holistic benefits? What common ingredient might you be underestimating right now? Something to think about.